Good morning. Good morning. I'm behind time a little bit today. We are presenting bills, so I'm trying to get myself ready as we roll into all of the things. It is, let's see if I can get this up here for y'all as we go. Today is Thursday, January 26th, which is wild. Here we are, 3 weeks thereabouts into session. Like, this is real. It doesn't feel like a Thursday, but it is. And I got a lot of little to share. I'm gonna be brief and be off because again I have to have an early morning committee at 7 a.m. this morning. I'm gonna have to run downstairs to be there. But here we go. Um, Thursday, January 26th. Thank you. I'm Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and the laced up legislator for the House of Delegates, 89th District. It is more than an honor to serve. I think I say that every day. I'm so very grateful to be able to do this. Because this is the morning due for certified doers just like you. On the docket, right? Let's get right into what this week's looks like. This week, we're seeing some of our more controversial bills. Yesterday, we heard a lot of like several bills that we'll be voting on today that have to do with libraries and explicit material or banning certain books in library with explicit material. Um, I'm really debating right now as to what needs to be said, if anything, or what I need to say. Part of what we tried to do yesterday on the floor was as we saw folks um, drawing lines and drawing conclusions and really talking about high school. Really, we were talking about high school material books. Um, is that what we don't want to see happen is this be used as a ploy to start taking books out of schools that of members of the protected class. So that's women, that's Black folks, that's LGBTQI plus folks, that's different faiths. Like we do not want that to, because we've seen it happen, right? It is a gateway in Florida. It was a gateway in other places. There was a school that removed Ruby Bridges book. One of the delegates talked about that, and we don't want to have that start in Virginia. So we tried to come to a medium ground and say, hey, all right, you want to have this catalog of explicit books, great. Okay, it's okay to have that catalog, but the standards for banning or getting rid of books cannot be just because someone is a member of the protected class, right? Because they are just Black, because they are just Muslim, because they are just gay. This is real. Good morning. I see y'all this morning. I appreciate you so much. I'm grateful that you guys are here with us this morning. What we already know, y'all, and I just need you to put this in your vocabulary, is that there is already a standard by which there's already a standard that is used by districts for determining when books are no longer appropriate. So that's not something that needs to be made. Uh, yes, there are opportunities and there are things that we do across the Commonwealth, but this is one of those things where we've trickled it down to the local level, and those school boards and those school divisions get to make those decisions. They're still in a whole there's a whole what do you call it? Process by which this is done. And I would be being very attentive, y'all, because what I do know, right, as a parent, I don't disagree with the anxieties and the fears there is in this world if you're trying to parent or be a grandparent or an uncle or a cousin to a little citizen. They have a lot of opportunities, but they also have an access. So where we had all these opportunities, access might have been the thing. We couldn't just reach out and touch it at the click of a button, or we just it just wasn't there. We cannot delegate responsibility, and so some of what I've been sitting with is really just understanding what is or is not happening and where we're gonna go from there. Today, I'll be presenting a bill in Health and Human Services about medical examiners. I think we talked a little bit about why we're doing this sort of thing. We are at a shortage. They say no body, no crime, but no medical examiner, no autopsy, no case. And we are at a place where we can be just like Maryland. Maryland had a parking garage full of bodies because they didn't have medical examiners. So we're working on some things in that area. Tuesday, we had a very successful Creatives on the Capitol. I don't know if you can see the sign. Where's the sign at? In the background. We had many creatives, a bus full of folks from Hampton Roads came up to the Capitol and lobbied for the first time. I can tell you this, the most exciting part was seeing you guys, everyday citizens, interact with your policymakers on an issue that matters to you, and then getting some traction. It was absolutely an incredible. I'm just, I feel like educate is our first pillar, right? If we educate ourselves, we get the most dangerous thing that we can do is educate ourselves, which is real, right? When you know the process and how it works and how to show up, that's when we get dangerous. We can work the system. I know creative economy. We did have a conversation with the executive branch about the creative economy as well as the care economy, because there's some work that needs to be done on that side too. But I'd love for you guys to drop in the chat, what kinds of bills are you guys looking forward to? Anyone that you're tracking that you want us to sort of be keeping our eyes on? I see them as they come, right? Like there are some that stand out more than others. We're going to have, there'll be a day. Yes. Like I said, today's library day. Then there'll probably be, healthcare access day, and every controversial issue sort of has its own day within those respective committees. Ms. Charlie. Okay, what did you say, Ms. Charlie? It seems like the camel is trying to use his nose on their tent. Each local school board may make a local decision. Yeah, we do a lot of things here that take away local discretion. We do. Like there's that. But there's already a process for what they're trying to do. That's my whole issue, is that they're always already a process. And I think it comes from a place of fear. And I think that we cannot, we can't delegate the responsibility that we have respectively to our own children. It is scary. It's hard. It's definitely hard. We're not playing that. We're not playing that around here. It's really, really, really tough. Lamont, tell us more about HB. Is that my bill? Tell me, because I don't know all my bill numbers by heart yet. Carrie says, stay strong, Norfolk, no banning books in our town. Well, because I think what I can appreciate about the space that we live in, the city of Norfolk, because we have our things. We definitely, like every town, we have our things, but I think there's a level of responsibility that we all take. Like communities really take responsibility for their space and place. We love all our children. We have like discourse over resources, right, where they're allocated, but I don't know that is the discourse is widespread on the ground as it is at the legislative level, right? I think that we are all upset with the system and how it's treating all of us. All right, not all, let me not generalize. Many of us are upset with our system, right? With our local system and how it treats all of us, rather than we're against each other and telling the system to take care of one side other than more than the other. I think that there's some synergy across town, and I think that energy is getting stronger and stronger. And I'm proud of us as residents of Norfolk, as we sort of recognize that our city has some heavy inequities and we got a whole lot of work to do. And that is going to take honoring that what some neighborhoods, some schools are saying is real, and that we can advocate for and with each other as it pertains to that, especially when it comes to the way our schools are, right? Because we live in an ecosystem of public education where a Lindenwood exists and a Lurchmont exists. And those are two schools in the same district with very different resources, very different opportunities. And that, like, we know that there's some work to be done at that level with how we do resources, with how we take care of each other. So like, yes, banning books. We try to, I think that there are very intrusive leaders in our town, and we do our very, very best. And I think every parent is just doing their best. Okay, so yes, okay, so Luan says, yes, that's your bill. So House Bill 2052, don't get me. So I'm getting ready to present House Bill 2055 this morning. But that bill is for religious observances for widespread, so that students with other faiths, right, where they have religious observances where they have to miss a day, get that absence excused. Well, I do know, and I say this out loud to you, Lamont, is we did talk to some of the principals, and their concern was we already have a very widespread absentee issue due from COVID. And yep, there he is. He says it. Yep, excused absences for religious holidays and instruction. Yes. We have a whole absenteeism issue, and I don't think this is who we're speaking to. And the unfortunate part is that, accreditation is based off of that is a part of attendance is a part of the accreditation standards. So it makes it really hard for them to buy in on giving people more opportunities to take some time off. But we're not talking about chronic folks that are chronically absent. We're talking about folks that have, by fate, they have a day that is a part of their culture, a part of what they do, and that they should have the opportunity to take that day off if that's needed for religious instruction or a holiday, and then come back and take that test. They're not missing all willy-nilly. I had a young man come in here advocate for this bill. He's not a Norfolk resident or anything. He was just a kid, and he said, Delegate Glass, I'm a Christian man and I get all my holidays off. I just said, he's like, but I think that this is the right thing to do. And thank you. The kids appreciate that. Yes. Okay, so we've got another one. I'm going to be on for about 2 more minutes, and I got to run. So Ms. John said additional healthcare plans for Medicaid recipients that can't get Advantage plans. Oh, speaking of which, yes, absolutely. Do I have it here? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't think I have it here in so yes. So there's a lot of conversation. I'm gonna have to review some of the bills with regards to Medicare, because there's some not expanding benefits, but increasing the reimbursements and things like that. I haven't seen anything on additional plans for Medicare recipients, but I will take this note and make sure that we take a look to see if there's anything there. However, if you are a Bonza Corps, if you know anyone that is, it might be in here. It is. It's right here. See there? So what has happened, y'all, and this is news that I need you guys to hold on to if you know anybody. Bonza Corps has initiated a termination with Optima Health, right? And has refused multiple requests to sort of take their extend their Optimum Health contract. So if you are go to Bonza Corps hospitals in Tidewater, I'm reading from theirs, that they will no longer be a part of the Optima Health network as of March 1st this year, right? So that's a real thing. So if you or anyone you know goes to Bonza Corps and also uses Optima Optima Health, have them reach out to the customer service line or call the number on the back of their insurance card, because what they're trying to do is make sure that they get people providers within their, make sure that they still have access to healthcare. I'm going to say this again. Bonza Corps has terminated their contract with Optima Health. So making sure we check on our folks, because we know that that's a thing here where we're at. Oh, awesome. Look at this was what I love. Okay, I'm composing a letter to send to you, Miss Yolanda. Thank you. That's how we stay smart, because I'm telling you, I don't know all the things. To say, my bill is number 2000 and something. We are working through it. So yes, thank you all's advocacy is what helps us do this job better. Last thing here with Miss Charlene, education bills always on the agenda, especially SOQs, removing the Virginia Department of Education support caps, always on the agenda. Always. I think what I find most interesting is education is a lot of people's number one priority. And I wonder when we'll get to a place where we can see some of the things that we want to see and I'm trying to figure out what a small win is, because I haven't quite identified what it means to have a small win in that area. I had an education bill that I did have to pull because I didn't get complete, and yeah, I don't want to say what I had to pull it. It was not ready. And I'm going to work with the board to sort of bring this at-risk add-on to try to codify it next year. But I got to earn this seat again. That's a real deal. That's a real deal. But yeah, that's what we're going to work on doing. But we've got plenty. All right. What I do have to do is I got to get downstairs. I'm going to go to health and welfare and present this bill. If you all have any questions or anything that you're tracking that you want to advocate for us with us for, please reach out to myself, our office. Advocate to other legislators. If you know something that's good, tell your friends too. This is how it works. You know, we get in rooms and we talk and we're like, dang, I didn't even know. Like, when did this, who saw this bit? And we're working together. So it's a team sport. Tell your folks, find the things that are important to them, educate, advocate, so we can celebrate and legislate really well. Until next time, I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'll be out in the neighborhood. I think I might be collecting signatures this Saturday, or maybe not. May have to give all that time to my little chubby bunnies, my family, but I'll do my best. It is a tough time for everybody. Oh, have a blessed and safe weekend. Where do you say it's a tough environment for educational innovation right now? Abso-freaking-lutely. We just try not to walk it back, okay? We're just trying to hold on to God. All right. Be well. You are loved, valued, and appreciated. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Make it a great day. Keep that campaign going, Lamont. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. The more, the merrier. Be well. Y'all hold that line. Bye, y'all.